So what we're seeing now, of course, we were talking about it a short while ago, is that it is their 106th birthday, and they always have an official cutting of the cake, Francis.
And what a grand cake it is. It's a pity to cut it. Let's see if they actually put the knife in that beautiful cake. Yeah. So January the 8th is the traditional day, a lot of activity today, but of course it's all in fact gearing up for the main celebrations, the main address on Saturday. That's where the party will lay out its plans and wishes and dreams for the year ahead, for the year 2018. In the run-up to that, like you said, crisscrossing the country, putting wreaths on the graves of former ANC leaders, paying tribute to Albert Lutuli today, and several other founding leaders.
And I think what has been quite visible for the past few days, and some people may have even been surprised with some of the pictures that have been taken, but the once factions, the once groups that were at war in the lead up to the elective conference have all come together, and you know, those images with King Goodwill Zwelithini with the entire top six, you know, sort of marching together with those traditional sticks, and now in front of this ANC gathering, unity is the key word. And to see these this party that seemed, and in the lead up to the elective conference, appeared to be very divided, we're seeing a completely different picture now as they cut the cake, celebrating 106 years of this organization, born of course in the Free State. But over the years, this part of the country, the Eastern Cape, has produced some of its prolific leaders.
Yeah, if there is division, they're hiding it well, because like you say, the party leaders seem so comfortable in each other's presence. There's even something that's gone viral on social media, which is Cyril Ramaphosa embracing Batabile Dlamini, the leader of the Women's League, who was adamant that he should never have been elected in the first place. A scathing response to the decision by the ANC in December. But she called him Mr. President. They embraced, and there's been a lot of, at least a show of unity that does look genuine.
Right. I mean, the politics of the ANC, and they will say it, and they've said it often, is that contestation is a hallmark of elections and the election process. But once the leadership has been decided that the party and the party faithful must fall behind who the majority of the party has decided as their leaders. And this would, I guess, be no exception, that going forward now, a united party, as the President was saying, the President of the party, Cyril Ramaphosa, was saying, is the only way that the party can succeed. And in fact, earlier on, we heard from Chief Albert Lutuli's daughter saying, you know, everybody knows, everybody has missed it, everybody knows that unity is the only way. And so we'll probably see more and more these kinds of images, not just in the coming days, but certainly for the rest of this year.
Paul Mashatile there in shot, the Treasurer General, I think they're all up there. Jesse Duarte, the Deputy Secretary General, was by his side. Gwede Mantashe, the former Secretary General, now the chair of the party, and a very jovial looking Cyril Ramaphosa.
Yeah, so there's all that, of course, that all-important NEC meeting that's going to be taking place soon to discuss some of the challenges that the party is going to have to deal with post this January 8th statement. And charting a way forward for the party is going to be high on the agenda for the new president of the ANC. Let's try and catch some of the sound there as they raise their champagne glasses as this ANC cake is being shared. know the words there of the Deputy President, David Mabuza, who some people say played a very careful strategic game to elevate himself to that position. And of course he was seen as one of the famous Premier League candidates, but there he is, hand to hand, side by side, often in the last few days with Cyril Ramaphosa, and even joking, laughing together. So one gets a sense that, you know, they've gotten over their hurdle, and now this unity song keeps getting played. And as I said earlier on, at Chief Albert Lutuli's house, that song was sung, the unity song for the ANC was sung several times, and there just seems to be this resonance that's starting to come through the party.
Yeah, because 106, that sort of anniversary isn't a big deal. It's not a landmark, but the party using it, seemingly those top leaders have determined to use this run-up until the main celebrations on Saturday to really show that there is one leadership, that they take this seriously. There we go, back to the cake and the champagne. We don't know if it's Moet or JC LaRue or...
Yeah, and you know, as they keep saying, it's almost do or die now. If they don't unify, if they don't bring the party together, and as the president of the party earlier on was saying, is we've got to do a love back. Get our people back and get them to love the party once again, because I think what was key in the local government elections was that a lot of people didn't vote. It wasn't so much that the other parties made huge inroads, but a lot of ANC faithful had lost that love, and that's what the President Cyril Ramaphosa was talking about.
And there seems to be continuity in the talk around the economy as well. Interesting, because one of the criticisms, certainly from his critics even within the party, was that Cyril Ramaphosa was basically in bed with business. He was too worried about investment. But today, very strong, saying there will be expropriation of land without compensation. Speaking of radical economic transformation, the phrase that we often heard from President Zuma, but saying, balancing it out and saying that will be done to the benefit of the economy with no detrimental side effects.
Right, so the cutting of the cake begins a whole week of celebrations, culminating at the weekend in East London, and we'll keep you up to date throughout the course of this week as those celebrations throughout the country progress.